Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Behave violently, as if in state of a great anger. Attack by storm. Attack suddenly. A violent commotion or disturbance. The storms that had characterized their relationship had died away. A violent weather condition with winds 64 to 72 knots, 11 on the Beaufort scale, and precipitation and thunder and lightning. Take by force. A direct and violent assault on a stronghold. Blow hard. It was storming all night. Rain, hail, or snow hard and be very windy, often with thunder or lightning. If it storms, we'll need shelter. Something that is desired intensely. His rage for fame destroyed him. Behave violently, as if in state of a great anger. An interest followed with exaggerated zeal. It was all the rage that season. A feeling of intense anger. His face turned red with rage. A state of extreme anger. She fell into a rage and refused to answer. Be violent, as of fires and storms. Feel intense anger. Violent state of the elements. The sea hurled itself in thundering rage against the rocks. North American perennial having a slender bulb and whitish flowers. Behave violently, as if in state of a great anger. An inclined surface connecting two levels. A movable staircase that passengers use to board or leave an aircraft. Be rampant. The lion is rampant in this heraldic depiction. Creep up, used especially of plants. The roses ramped over the wall. Furnish with a ramp. The ramped auditorium. Stand with arms or forelegs raised, as if menacing. The act of surprising someone. Attack by storm. Attack suddenly. A sudden unexpected event. Cause to be surprised. The news really surprised me. Come upon or take unawares. She surprised the couple. The astonishment you feel when something totally unexpected happens to you. A violent commotion or disturbance. It was only a tempest in a teapot. Literary, a violent wind. A tempest swept over the island. A violent weather condition with winds 64 to 72 knots, 11 on the Beaufort scale, and precipitation and thunder and lightning. Of a law, having legal validity. Group of people willing to obey orders. A public force is necessary to give security to the rights of citizens. Physical energy or intensity. He hit with all the force he could muster. A put-out of a base runner who is required to run. The put-out is accomplished by holding the ball while touching the base to which the runner must advance before the runner reaches that base. The shortstop got the runner at second on a force. To cause to do through pressure or necessity, by physical, moral or intellectual means. She forced him to take a job in the city. Force into or from an action or state, either physically or metaphorically. Urge or force, a person, to an action, constrain or motivate. Move with force. Impose urgently, importunately, or inexorably. She forced her diet fads on him. Squeeze like a wedge into a tight space. A unit that is part of some military service. He sent Caesar a force of 6,000 men. One possessing or exercising power or influence or authority. May the force be with you. An act of aggression, as one against a person who resists. He may accomplish by craft in the long run what he cannot do by force and violence in the short one. Take by force. A group of people having the power of effective action. He joined forces with a band of adventurers. A powerful effect or influence. The force of his eloquence easily persuaded them. Do forcibly, exert force. Don't force it. Physics, the influence that produces a change in a physical quantity. Force equals mass times acceleration. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. He acted the idiot. Behave unnaturally or affectedly. She's just acting. Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document codifying the result of deliberations of a committee or society or legislative body. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. Think before you act. A short performance that is part of a longer program. He did his act 3 times every evening. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. How does your idea work in practice? Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. You should act like an adult. Play a role or part. She wants to act Lady Macbeth, but she is too young for the role. A manifestation of insincerity. He put on quite an act for her benefit. A subdivision of a play or opera or ballet. Be engaged in an activity, often for no particular purpose other than pleasure. Be suitable for theatrical performance. This scene acts well. Discharge one's duties. She acts as the chair. Behave well or properly. The children must learn to behave. Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. Don't behave like a fool. Behave in a certain manner. Doctor's degree in osteopathy. Carry out or perform an action. Carry on or function. We could do with a little more help around here. Be sufficient. Be adequate, either in quality or quantity. Will $100 do? Create or design, often in a certain way. Get something done. An uproarious party. Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. What makes her do this way? Give rise to. Cause to happen or occur, not always intentionally. Proceed or get along. How is she doing in her new job? Engage in. Do research. Carry out or practice, as of jobs and professions. Arrange attractively. Spend time in prison or in a labor camp. The syllable naming the first, tonic, Note of any major scale and solmization. Travel or traverse, a distance. This car does 150 miles per hour. Ideas or actions intended to deal with a problem or situation. An attack on inflation. Attack in speech or writing. The editors of the left-leaning paper attacked the new House Speaker. Military, an offensive against an enemy, using weapons. The attack began at dawn. Take the initiative and go on the offensive. The Serbs attacked the village at night. A decisive manner of beginning a musical tone or phrase. Intense adverse criticism. The government has come under attack. Launch an attack or assault on. Begin hostilities or start warfare with. Hitler attacked Poland on September 1, 1939 and started World War II. Attack someone physically or emotionally. The act of attacking. Attacks on women increased last year. An offensive move in a sport or game. They won the game with a 10-hit attack in the 9th inning. A sudden occurrence of an uncontrollable condition. An attack of diarrhea. Begin to injure. The cancer cells are attacking his liver. Set to work upon. Turn one's energies vigorously to a task. I attacked the problem as soon as I got out of bed. Strong criticism. He published an unexpected attack on my work. The onset of a corrosive or destructive process, as by a chemical agent. The film was sensitive to attack by acids. Attack in speech or writing. Launch an attack or assault on. Begin hostilities or start warfare with. Serbian forces assailed Bosnian towns all week. Attack someone physically or emotionally. Nightmares assailed him regularly. A disorderly outburst or tumult. The act of making a noisy disturbance. A disorderly outburst or tumult. Confused movement. A commotion of people fought for the exits. The motion made by flapping up and down. Wink briefly. A disorderly outburst or tumult. Move back and forth very rapidly. Beat rapidly. Move along rapidly and lightly, skim or dart. The act of moving back and forth. Abnormally rapid beating of the auricles of the heart, especially in irregular rhythm, can result in heart block. Flap the wings rapidly or fly with flapping movements. The seagulls fluttered overhead. A disorderly outburst or tumult. A disorderly outburst or tumult. A noisy fight. A disorderly outburst or tumult. They were amazed by the furious disturbance they had caused. Electrical or acoustic activity that can disturb communication. Psychiatry. A psychological disorder of thought or emotion. A more neutral term than mental illness. Activity that is a malfunction, intrusion, or interruption. He looked around for the source of the disturbance. An unhappy and worried mental state. There was too much anger and disturbance. The act of disturbing something or someone. Setting something in motion. A disorderly outburst or tumult. A disorderly outburst or tumult. An act of delaying or interrupting the continuity. A disorderly outburst or tumult. An event that results in a displacement or discontinuity. The act of causing disorder. A physical phenomenon associated with the atmosphere. Enter a group or organization in order to spy on the members. Become clear or enter one's consciousness or emotions. She was penetrated with sorrow. Spread or diffuse through. Music penetrated the entire building. Pass into or through, often by overcoming resistance. The bullet penetrated her chest. Come to understand. Insert the penis into the vagina or anus of. Did the molester penetrate the child? Make one's way deeper into or through. The hikers did not manage to penetrate the dense forest. Having a hole cut through. A perforated eardrum. Pass into or through, often by overcoming resistance. Make a hole into or between, as for ease of separation. Perforate the sheets of paper. The crime of forcing a person to submit to sexual intercourse against his or her will. Attack in speech or writing. Attack someone physically or emotionally. The mugger assaulted the woman. Force someone to have sex against their will. A threatened or attempted physical attack by someone who appears to be able to cause bodily harm if not stopped. Close fighting during the culmination of a military attack. Thoroughbred that won the Triple Crown in 1946. Make a mess of, destroy or ruin. Be in motion due to some air or water current. The leaves were blowing in the wind. An impact, as from a collision. A strong current of air. Spend thoughtlessly. Throw away. Provide sexual gratification through oral stimulation. An unfortunate happening that hinders or impedes, something that is thwarting or frustrating. Melt, break, or become otherwise unusable. An unpleasant or disappointing surprise. Show off. Leave. Informal or rude. Let's blow this place. Street names for cocaine. Be inadequate or objectionable. This blows. Forceful exhalation through the nose or mouth. He gave his nose a loud blow. Allow to regain its breath. Blow a horse. A powerful stroke with the fist or a weapon. A blow on the head. Be blowing or storming. Burst suddenly. Cause air to go in, on, or through. Cause to be revealed and jeopardized. The double agent was blown by the other side. Cause to move by means of an air current. Exhale hard. Blow on the soup to cool it down. Free of obstruction by blowing air through. Blow one's nose. Lay eggs. Certain insects are said to blow. Make a sound as if blown. Play or sound a wind instrument. Shape by blowing. Sound by having air expelled through a tube. Spend lavishly or wastefully on. Spout moist air from the blowhole. A storm with rain. A series of unexpected and unpleasant occurrences. A blizzard of lawsuits. A storm with widespread snowfall accompanied by strong winds. A storm resulting from strong rising air currents, heavy rain or hail along with thunder and lightning. A storm resulting from strong rising air currents, heavy rain or hail along with thunder and lightning. An outburst of controversy. The incident triggered a political firestorm. A storm in which violent winds are drawn into the column of hot air rising over a severely bombed area.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.